Hi, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner.
And our dog, Betty White.
Your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
Could we have named it something more creative? Probably. But it's the name of our blog. It's our last name. We're on an adventure. Yada, yada, yada. After owning our own business, working 24/7.
And don't forget a mental breakdown in between.
We made a lifestyle change and decided to make the most out of life.
We sold our house, most of our belongings, downsized, and moved to the coast.
We live life minimally, but fully.
We live each day as an adventure.
This show will help you learn how to live life more fully, with more intention, by experiencing more, and with less stuff.
We'll talk about our own experiences, interview others who have much to share by creating a spark in our lives.
Some days we'll share real-life ongoings of what we're going through, and others will talk about our favorite flavor of waffle.
Come join our adventure.
It's the Arner Adventures Podcast.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jerry.
Betty White, our almost teen gal, is here with us. Her birthday's right around the corner, and she's going to be 13. And we're back today for episode 78 of the Arner Adventures podcast.
Amazing on several counts.
Right?
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Teen gal. Wow. I paused for a minute because I was thinking the preparations for her bar mitzvah. I don't know if I think we're getting a little. Oh no, we're not having a bar mitzvah, but
we are having a big teenager pup party that some pups are going to be invited to. Don't be jealous, audience, but it's going to be an exciting time.
It's going to be a big time had for all. And speaking of a big time had for all, today we have an exciting return guest, our first repeat. But before we get to her, let's get to our review of the week.
Today's review comes from Hannah 1125. Hannah says, what a delight to eavesdrop on such inspiring real wanderlusters like me. From making money to becoming more relaxed to learning how to eat more waffles on the beach. This show has it all for the adventurous soul.
Hannah, thank you so much.
I mean, have you eaten waffles on the beach?
Have I eaten waffles on the beach?
That brings me to something that we were thinking about recently. The intro to this podcast always talks about, and sometimes we'll talk about our favorite flavor of waffle. And I don't think we've actually done that. I think we've talked about it with each other plenty, but I don't think we've talked about it on the podcast.
Right.
And I think we should fulfill that promise.
We should. And I should say too that it's probably best pronounced waffles. Somehow I came across with a waffle on that intro. My favorite flavor of waffle.
So you have plenty of waffle flavors? Is that what you're saying?
Well, they're waffles. They're usually plural.
Do you have more than one?
Unless you want a waffle.
I like a waffle.
That's true. Yeah.
What's your favorite flavor of waffle?
Of waffles?
Okay, fine. What's your favorite flavor of waffles?
Blueberry.
Okay, that was quick.
You like chocolate, right?
I like chocolate chip with a few strawberries on top.
Oh,
and I tell you who has the best waffles that I've ever had is a diner in New York City, Lower Manhattan, called George's.
Huh?
We love George's.
You heard it here, folks. George's in New York City.
Yep. Go down to Lower Manhattan in the financial district and you're going to find George's, and it might not look like much, but they've been there for a long time. They were there before 9/11. They did their whole, renovation, and they're there, and they've been there for a long time, and their waffles are pretty great. Get the chocolate chip with a few strawberries on it.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
It's really good.
And if you'd like to help us out, support us by leaving a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening to us on. It helps us more than you know.
It really does. And today's guest, we talked about her being a repeat. It is Emily Auffrey. You may remember her from episode 36. We'll link it down in the show notes, where we spoke to her about budget-friendly ideas for your home, her plant haven in New York City. Speaking of New York, I didn't even plan that with George's. Her plant haven in New York City. She's a content creator. We really vibe with her because she lives in a great apartment, but it's like a smaller space, and she makes it so chic. I think last time I said chic, she was kind of like, that's not the word. It's more like a boho, I think she said. But anyway,
okay.
We talk about a little bit of that stuff, updates, and so much more.
Well, yeah. And are you ready to get to the convo?
I'm ready to get to the convo.
Let's do it.
Betty is chewing something, so if you hear it, we'll just, we're going to work through it. We are so excited about today's guest. We told you that she is our first return guest. It's Emily Auffrey, and let us tell you about her in case you did not hear the first time she was on the episode, which we're going to link it down in the show notes. Nestled in her cozy abode overlooking the dazzling New York City skyline on the East River, Emily Auffrey resides with her loving hubby, adorable son, and their adorable pup. What truly sets her home apart is her thriving ecosystem of over 60, which is probably more now, over 60 plants that transform her space into a green oasis. With her infectious energy and creative flair, Emily has captivated audiences on Instagram, where she wows followers with her captivating reels, shares invaluable home tips and hacks, and spreads nothing but good vibes. Her genuine passion for creating beautiful, affordable, and personalized living space shines through every post. Emily's expertise and engaging content have garnered attention from renowned platforms such as Apartment Therapy, listed by Serhant, The Guardian, and more. Her invaluable insights into plant care, budget-friendly home decor, which we love, and the art of infusing personality into living spaces have resonated with audiences far and wide. Get ready to be inspired as we chat with our Planterior expert, Emily Auffrey. Emily, thank you for being here.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me back. I'm so honored. The first one to come back.
Yes, our first return guest.
First return guest.
Yeah. And I have to say, we talked about this before we started recording, that Jerry, it was just you and I on the first conversation, and everybody knows that Jerry comes back and listens to them so that we can comment on it. Jerry, we both feel like we know you personally. Jerry actually felt like he was in the conversation last time, and he wasn't. So I'm excited he actually gets to take part this time.
I engaged so often with the Instagram page that I felt like I had to have been in that conversation, but it's just, I've just look at the pictures.
And I'm always so excited. You know, my favorite series is What You Got at the Bar, Jer.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That is my absolute favorite. You guys are so cute. I'm so happy about to be back.
Oh, my gosh.
And I love how real you guys are. I love it.
Well,
you really paved the way for me. You inspired me. Yes.
That's sweet. I was going to say, coming from someone who is pretty darn real. I mean, we talk about that a lot on here, that people throw around that word authentic like it's a cool trend, and people are not authentic, but we try to be, but you really are. Like it's coming from you. That means a lot because you truly are authentic.
Yes. I can give an example of how you've inspired me, Shannon. Like I think you did something about, was it incontinence?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like such a taboo thing to talk about in society. And I've started talking about my period all the time now, especially like on my Instagram stories. I'm like, I'm PMSing. Oh my God, I'm out of pads. I want to work with a pad company now. Like, I want to reach out and like sit on my white sofa and be like, I'm protected.
You heard it here, folks. So I'll tell you, I went to this conference, Alt Summit in California a month or two ago. And while I was there, people were talking about, well, I don't get deals from people like that. I can't get brand deals. I can't. I'm like, no. If you quit pretending you're someone else, that's what brands respect. So I feel like the brands that we I'm sure you get it too. You get stuff and you're like, that's not even me. Did you even look at my content? But when it is a really great partnership, I'm like, yes, this is perfect because we actually do have this issue, or we do use this product. So yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I remember being terrified about doing that post. And
really? Oh my gosh.
It got a lot of great engagement. And I was like, I thought it was going to be crickets, and it was. Thank God.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that. That's really nice. I appreciate that. And you will get that pad brand. Well, there's so much we want to talk about, and I know that we addressed so much last time of all the reasons that we love you, the plants and all your budget saving secrets, and it just seems like every single time you have a post, it's something so useful. Jerry, tell her what you recently saw and you were like, oh my God, even Jerry.
Yeah, your outdoor bar on your patio.
Oh my God, I know that's perfect for your series.
Oh my God. It was great. I was like, oh my God, that looks so it might not be easy, but it looked like it was really easy.
That might be our first remote. What you got at the bar, Jer? Someday we'll pop. We'll hear a knock. We'll come rolling in with a bottle of cheap gin and some, and I'll just.
Or we could do it virtually. You could be at yours, I could be at mine.
Oh,
that's true.
That's a great idea.
That's a really good idea.
Well, you've got so many things that you always do. And so my first question, since we're on that, is how do you come up with these ideas? Is it trial and error? And then when it works, you decide you're going to post it, or do you see it and you're like, oh, let me try?
Mm-hmm. So this is about like content creating, I guess, which I got into content creating. I didn't even know that's what it was. Like I just started getting on Instagram and posting. I had my apartment therapy feature and people were so interested in my home. So I was like, okay, I think I'm just going to dedicate an Instagram page to this. And like down the road, I'm realizing, oh, this is what content creating is. And I'm sure you can relate. As a content creator, you're supposed to have a schedule, like, post every 2 days or every 3 days or whatever, or, take that break when you need it, when you feel like you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And for me, I love doing it so much. I can't even be on a schedule. It's like a creativity thing, like in my head. Like if I'm really feeling it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it right now. And like spur of the moment, I got an idea. I'm going to shoot it, edit it, and then post it. It comes like that for me. I have no strategy really with that because it's just so creative for me. Yeah.
Are you ready for your summer adventures? Well, we've got something amazing to make your travel experience a breeze.
Absolutely. Say goodbye to the hassle of checking your luggage and wasting time at the airport. We've got the perfect solution for you.
It's our fave, the Base Carry-On Rollers, your ultimate travel companion for the season. With Base, you can pack smarter and lighter so you can make the most of your summer getaway.
We've been flooded with questions about how we manage to avoid checking our luggage, and our answer is simple. Pack smarter and choose Base.
Forget about those extra fees and waiting at the baggage claim. The Base Carry-On Rollers are designed to fit all your essentials in one compact size, so you can breeze through the airport without a worry, and they are super chic.
Plus, we've got a special treat for you. Head over to the honoradventures.com/base. That's BEIS and grab the link to save $15 off your first purchase.
Trust us, this is a game changer. All our family and friends who travel with us now rely on Base luggage because they got tired of hearing me complain about wasting time.
So don't miss out on this incredible offer. Visit honoradventures.com/base to grab the link. It's also conveniently located in the show notes.
Get ready for happy travels and a summer filled with unforgettable adventures. Now back to the show. That's great. So you don't use a scheduling app or anything like that?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then are you still, you're a nurse. Are you still nursing full time?
Yep.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm tired, girl.
I don't know how you do it. So
this is my creative outlet too. Like this is the fun part. Like it's so I'm so passionate with the cliche. Like I'm so passionate about it, and you can't stop me from doing it. So
well, that's great. We love everything about it too, and I hope that I never dislike it because I really I love the blogging part more than the social media. But it makes a difference. Like you should love it, and if you love it and it's something that people welcome, even better.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when you are I guess the bar thing could be something that you felt like you wanted for your outdoor space, but like when you're doing like your plant hacks, or is it just stuff that you're like, right then, spur of the moment, like you said, it comes to you and you're like, let me try it?
Yeah, I think the best content is like when it comes organically. Like I'm literally taking care of my plant and I do need to repot it. Let me re-record this really quick and share my tips that I'm gonna do while I'm repotting this.
Okay.
Yeah, I posted a reel the other day of me repotting. I think sometimes my
it.
reels are like dark because I work during the day and then like I get the creativity and it's dark. There's no sunlight and like I had the pot and I had like carrying my tripod and like in the living room and my husband like walks by and I'm like, he's just like it's like that spur of the moment.
I would imagine he's very accustomed to it by now though, right? I mean,
yeah, he's so supportive. Oh my God, of all my antics and everything. I don't know. I'm very lucky.
Yeah. I still think every time I even see his name on Instagram, I always think about the story you talked about with him bringing the plant home on the train.
Oh my God, yes.
The big one.
Just to let everyone know, the plant journey is not linear. It's up and down. And that current plant is like deciding to die on me. I am so sad.
No.
Yeah, I've had it for like 2 years. Out of nowhere, it just started dying.
Oh no.
Yeah, us experts kill plants too. It's part of the process.
How many plants do you have now?
I know you said 60. I think I'm maybe closer to 80 now.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That is incredible. But it's beautiful.
How many plants do you have now?
Maybe like 30.
30?
That sounds
I would say
about
maybe
right,
30. Yeah.
Between outdoor and indoor.
Between outdoor and indoor. Yeah. And then
I want to hear about your garden because I did the garden this year.
I know you did. My mom has always said, my whole life, she has said, if you can grow a tomato, you'll be successful. So the first year that we grew a tomato I said, oh my gosh, could this actually be working? Could this be happening? And then we started like doing more. And so then last year it was fine. But this year it's really been, so it's really our third year, I guess.
Yeah. And
it's been thriving. And I tell you the most exciting piece, and I don't think I've even talked about this on social media or anything yet, is that our lettuce has been doing so well that I'm not kidding you. I go out every few days and other people are going to think this is no big deal. I think it's a big deal. But you go out and I'm pulling lettuce pieces off, coming and rinsing it and all that. And I make my salad and I go, I just pulled that from my garden. Like, I didn't buy it. Of course you bought it in the beginning, but I've already made our money back in lunch salads. And I get out of my garden and there's nothing more fulfilling than that. Nothing.
Right? I mean, it's so fresh. Oh my God.
And it tastes so much different than it does when you even buy it organic. It's different. I mean, mine's organic, but it's different. You're like, oh, you could taste it. Like it's just, and the tomatoes and everything. It's great. Have you started growing anything yet?
I'm very intimidated outside. My batting average outside is very low. Or is low good in baseball. I'm not sure. I am not like outside is a whole new ball game. Like it's completely different.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially you. I would imagine we have it because we live on the coast. We have the wind, so I'd imagine you probably have that too.
Yeah, the wind is really windy out there.
Yeah.
I put like tropical plants in my raised garden bed. I didn't put any fruit or vegetable.
Well, that's okay.
That's hard.
Like, I know.
Like you're saying, the tomato plant, like that's a big deal.
It is a big deal. We've got cucumbers coming. We've got all cherry tomatoes, big tomatoes. We've got peppers.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Basil. Eggplant. We have eggplant.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
where can I see this at?
I need to, well, look, I haven't taken a lot of videos because I was really nervous about it. But that first year I took all kinds of videos, but I'll take some videos and stuff and post it. Yeah, because I'm pretty proud of it.
You should be.
Yeah, definitely should be.
Yeah.
It's the best yet.
And that brings me to the plant stuff too. It's super therapeutic, I think. Like taking care of the plants. It's like a nurturing thing. Do you feel that way?
I do. And I went and saw Hilton Carter at his book signing. Oh my God, swoon.
I love Hilton Carter. Yeah,
he was doing I I think he's done now. A book tour for his newest book. Was it called Living
Wild?
Living Wild, I think.
I think
and
I have all of them, and they're all something wild,
something
right?
wild. And this one is about the plant care.
Yeah.
So I got to hear from him his own words about like taking care of plants, and there was so much that I related to.
Yeah.
Number one, he said, it's a thing where you have to do it and you can't have your phone. Like, it's so hard to do something these days without being tempted to like doom scroll or whatever. Like, you have to be completely focused on this plant. Like, you're dusting it off. There's no like looking at your phone while you're dusting the plant off. True. And then also for me, I think this is something I wanted to get into, like with the wellness. I usually take care of my plants at night, which is like my me time, which, it's like, he said he wrote his book at night with his like voice recorder or whatever. Because he's got like a younger daughter, and that's like that's the only time we get time, really.
Wow.
Yes. And so I resonated with the at night, and it's like, it's just still and quiet. I can just keep care of my plants. I water them. I do everything at night. I think I put on my Instagram stories, I took that big like tree that my husband had put on the tree, and I took it outside, and I had to stand on a chair to like wipe down the leaves. And it was like midnight outside, and I like can't see. I was trying to save it, and I'm like, I look crazy.
Oh, that reminds me of my sister. I love my fiddle leaf fig, and I'm just so excited. Hilton Carter's the one who got me on fiddle leaf figs years ago.
Oh, do you remember his tree's name?
Yeah. Oh, don't tell me.
You're right. It's so close.
Oh man, because he sent him to a museum.
Yes.
I can't remember. What was it?
Frank.
Come on, Fred. Frank. Frankie, we sent him to like a plant museum or something, because he was like, it was getting too big. And no, that's Teresa's. Frank, I think he still has.
Yes, Frank is first.
Okay. Teresa's is the one.
I don't know what Teresa's.
So Teresa's, like Jesus, but Teresa's. So Teresa's, he had a fiddle leaf fig, and it was huge. And when he moved, he was like, it would never make the move because it was so large. And he ended up finding this, I think it's some kind of like an arboretum type museum that took Teresa's, and he will go visit Teresa's sometimes. And what was like, I don't know if you remember this, Jared, I was so excited like for him when it happened, but when he went to visit him, he had like bared fruit, like figs. And that never happens with your fiddle leaf fig, like never. And he was like, that told me that I made the right decision, that he's in a good place.
Yeah.
And I was just like crying, like, oh, that's the best. I mean, so yeah, fiddle leaf figs, you just never see that, like real in your.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
No, and I don't think he even knew it. And so when it was like bearing fruit, it was so exciting. But anyway, my fiddle leaf fig, go back to about standing up. I have to stand on something to wipe his leaves too. But my sister got one, because I was like, you have to get a fiddle leaf fig. Like, I'll tell you, Hilton Carter taught me exactly what to do. So she gets one, and I go and see her one day, and I said, what happened to him? She says, well, I thought that maybe he would want some sun outside, and I put him outside, and at first I'm like, fresh air, and I'm like, what? It's not like that kind of plant. They're so fickle,
Yeah.
So it ended up dying, and I was real sad for her. But anyway, yeah, I get it. So when you talked about taking a plant outside, I'm like, oh God, I hope you brought it back.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
That is something I've learned in my plant journey. Maybe I should make some content about that, because plants get sunburn. You have to like slowly transition them outside to like take them out there for an hour, bring them back in. Next day, 2 hours, bring them in.
That's
next
why
day, 3 hours.
That turned black that day, because I put it outside. It didn't make it. I'd had it for years. It was really upsetting. I know, but I think that's what happened. Get ready to set the perfect summer ambiance with Southern Oak Artisan, our trusted sponsor for this episode.
Southern Oak Artisan specializes in crafting 100% natural soy candles that not only enhance the aesthetics of your space, but also prioritize your health. These candles are made with non-toxic ingredients, ensuring a safe and enjoyable breathing experience. So say goodbye to overpowering scents.
With an array of delightful summer options like lime but no salt and their new Mayberries candle that is strawberry guava scented. OMG, you're going to be spoiled for choice when it comes to selecting your favorite scent.
What's even better is that Southern Oak Artisan's 100% natural soy candles are handmade right here in our home state of North Carolina. But don't worry, if you're not local, they ship all across the United States.
Ready to bring the captivating scents of Southern Oak Artisan into your home this summer? Head over to arneradventures.com/Southern Oak Artisan, where you can grab our exclusive discount code and link to save on your soy candle purchase.
That's arneradventures.com/Southern Oak Artisan. Make sure to check the show notes for easy access.
It's time to elevate your space with the essence of summer. And now let's dive back into the show. It got like black almost in a day. Yeah. It was really weird.
Very quickly.
Aww.
Yeah.
So just an excuse to buy another one.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I will tell you this too, that we're gonna get off Hilton Carter. It's hard to, but during COVID, and I might have talked about this last time, I can't remember, but he had a book tour and then COVID hit. So he did these Airbnb experiences where you could buy like a class with him. So I did it, and one of his classes, there were like 6 people in it. So you had him one-on-one. And one of the really great things I learned from that, because I was no good at it, was propagating. And so he taught me in this class how to do it. So now I feel like I rarely buy new ones, which is hard, but I rarely buy new ones because I'm propagating all the time, which is really cool. So
that is cool.
Yeah, they make nice gifts too. Like
that's like the best gift. Like, oh my God, you like created this for me.
Yeah,
that is really from the heart.
I think so too. So the wellness part, like you were talking about, is that the nurturing, and I'm guessing like you talked about at night, that being your time. Do you ever? I'm guessing no, but I don't know. Do you ever have like, oh, I gotta take care of the plants, or is it always just really rewarding?
I hardly ever feel that way because I feel like I have so many stresses in my life, and I'm not gonna let the plant care stress me, because I can always buy another one, or a friend can gift me one. Yeah. I love them to death, but I am not gonna let it stress me out. Yeah.
So let's talk about last time you were on, we talked about how you had so many tips about saving money and the ways that you get like your fines and all that stuff. So I want to know, has it changed with like what are your top favorite ways of having these really great fines? Like do you still do that? Like still look for stuff and get it like your secondhand stuff, or those Facebook pages and stuff?
Oh yeah. I don't know. That's just like my natural way of going about getting home decor. I grew up, I wouldn't even say I grew up on a budget. I grew up like, you have to find the cheapest thing.
Yeah.
I mean, quality was also nice, but it was like, it had to be the cheapest.
Yeah.
That was like the bottom line. There was no like, oh, $20. It was like, oh no, okay, this is $2. This is $1. We're getting the $1 one.
Yeah. I think we both grew up the same. Well, we both grew up the same way, but we're still like that. Yeah, for sure.
Once it's in there, you never get away from it.
Yeah, it's a mindset, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
My husband, he didn't grow up that way. I actually took him to his first thrift store. I was like, what? You've never been to a thrift store? Wow. I think he was like 27. I was shook.
Wow. What did he think of it?
I don't know. He's not a big shopper. He liked it, of course, but he wasn't like blown away or anything. He usually just follows me around on his phone while I'm looking.
Right. He's a great Instagram husband to help you get content.
Oh my God. Sure. He comments on every single one of my posts and is like so supportive. Like he's my biggest cheerleader ever. I love him. Oh my God. I use this one this week and I'm like secretly hoping it will work out for me. Okay. So I'm always on Facebook Marketplace. And I feel like people are very, very picky about coffee tables. Are you guys picky about coffee tables?
No, I think because of Betty and we have like a small house, we don't have a coffee table.
No, we've had
them, but I don't think we were picky about it.
No.
Were they like too big or too small and that's why you got rid of it? Or you didn't find the right one?
Because we have a smaller space now and Betty, she has arthritis and all that. We just want her to make sure everything's smooth. We just decided when we downsized, we just weren't going to have one.
Yeah, we're more of an end table.
Yeah, we have end table.
Are you picky about end tables then?
I don't think so. No? I don't think so.
No.
I have a friend, we went to IKEA and she's like, I've been looking for a coffee table for 2 years. I'm like, 2 years?
Wow.
Yeah, she's very picky about that. And so am I noticed.
Okay.
Anyway, I found this gorgeous coffee table. It's like some French, like this is something I would never buy retail. I've never even heard of the brand. Like it's so, I don't, what's even upscale? I don't know. I've never paid more than $600 on a piece of furniture. And I feel like that was high.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's high. We're the same way.
Yeah.
And that was for my West Elm leather sofa, which is like a steal. Like that was the only reason I even bought it.
Wow. Yeah.
And besides that, I think the most I paid is like $400. But then you see these sofas and stuff like $4,000, bed $3,000. I'm like, I would like want to pass out. I don't.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
My sofa I love, but it was gifted to me. Otherwise, I mean, I don't think I could. I could afford it, but I don't think I could bring myself.
Yeah.
It's great and everything. Okay, so back to my story.
Yeah. So how does Google Lens come into that?
Huh?
How does Google Lens come into that?
Okay, so Google Lens. So I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and she said the price is negotiable. So you download Google Lens. It's an app.
Yep.
I screenshot the picture of the coffee table and you go to Google Lens and you can either take a picture of like whatever's in front of you, or you can upload a picture from your camera roll or anything on your device. So I uploaded the screenshot of the coffee table and it will search the internet for things that look exactly like it.
So like you can find either that another price or like dupes or.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I saw the exact same one she was selling on Cherish. I really don't know that website so much. It's a secondhand website, but they sell very expensive things, like retail expensive. Like this coffee table was $900 listed on their website, and she had it listed for $900 on Facebook Marketplace.
What?
But Cherish, this is my strategy still. Cherish takes, I think, like 30 or 40% of the price. So I know that she's willing to negotiate down at least 30 or 40% if I buy it off of her on Facebook Marketplace. So that is a strategy on, finding something that's maybe cheaper or like similar.
Yeah. Google Lens.
Yes, Google Lens. I love it.
I have it on my phone. I don't even think I've hardly ever used it. So I haven't even thought about using it for that. Okay.
I had it too for a long time. And then my friend told me about it maybe like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I'll use that.
Okay. So what is the best thing that you have found? Like what's your greatest find recently?
I know. Oh my gosh. I'm like blanking out. I saw that question. I was like, oh my God. I don't even know. Oh, recently? Oh, I know. The blue sofa in my dining nook.
Okay.
Oh my God. Have you seen it?
Yes.
I love it.
So I don't think I knew that was like something that you like got like a great deal on or anything. I didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's very unique.
Yeah, it is.
it's vintage and like the quality is like next level. It's been
Okay.
around and there's like not one stain on it. I don't know what they put on it to make it stain resistant, but you know, I have a 6-year-old and like he'll get stuff on it and I just wipe it down with a sponge and it's gone. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yes.
That's great.
Nice.
And I
So-
got that at a secondhand shop in the neighborhood. It's maybe like
Okay, I was
7
gonna
blocks
say, how'd you get it?
over. Yeah.
Okay.
And that was $300. I don't even want to know what it would be retail, but that's like one of my favorite finds. I feel like it's so unique and it's perfect for that corner.
Yeah.
And you can really enjoy the view with that the shape, like the modular configuration of it.
Mm-hmm.
And before, we never really used the dining nook. I don't know why. Maybe because it was kind of uncomfortable. It was just a traditional table with the 4 chairs that
Yeah.
I didn't even slide under, so it wasn't really efficient, you know, because it's a small space. If you could push your chair under the table and save at least like 4 inches, that's amazing.
Yeah. I think that's it's interesting to hear you say y'all didn't use it because it seems to me like it's such a neat little area. But now that you've made it more comfortable and you can, that's even better.
I joke that like I love sleeping. Maybe I don't know. I don't get enough sleep, but I sleep all the time. And I'm like, maybe I got this sofa for the dining room so I have another place to nap.
Jerry's a big napper.
I love the naps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Shannon, not a fan.
I'm not. I feel like when I wake up, I'm always in a bad mood. But he says it's because
she sleeps too long.
I would take too long of a nap. So then I just say, I'm not going to nap. I just don't like napping. But
you got to keep it that first level of sleep, like 20 to 30 minutes. And then
wake up.
But then I'm like, why? Like, I would rather just not do it.
She naps for 2 hours and then she doesn't know what day it is. And,
yes. She's getting ready for the school bus.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, something I want to make sure we address because I think this is so great about you, and whether you have kids or not. I love how you will take something that is of your son's or something that is very meaningful and you incorporate it in your decor. So for those of you who did not listen to the last episode, you definitely should. But I was wondering if you could kind of maybe give some tips or ideas or I don't know, something, because I think one of the things that we always talk about is not having a lot of clutter, right? Like the things don't, like when my grandma passed away, we're kind of like, well, she's not in those things, but there's like 1 or 2 things I want to keep. Right. So I love how you are able to make them decor or like functional. So I was wondering do you have a strategy behind that? Or are there some tips you can give that people can benefit from?
I can tell you things you can do. I do not have a strategy. My son's room is like a complete disaster. Tornado came through like 90% of the time. And I was like, you're going to have to help me clean this up. This was like 2 days ago because we're having people over.
Okay.
So it's like you have old picture frames or broken ones, whatever. You take the glass out. I spray painted all of mine navy blue, matte blue. Mm-hmm. Someone was giving it away in the Facebook Buy Nothing group. That's also like one of my big places. I score great deals. And I hot glued some like bendy wire on the back. And then, what's it called? Like a clothesline clip.
Uh-huh.
And I put his artwork in it.
That's right.
So then,
I do remember.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So I can just keep it there and like put a new one on top when he brings another one home. And that way he knows that his art is important.
Yeah.
That's a neat idea.
That's a really neat idea.
It's like a little trophy case for his art.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then for Black History Month, I worked with this one Black-owned business. They sent me a Black History Month puzzle. So I attempted to do it with my son, but you know, he's 6 and he's not really going to sit down and do a puzzle. I think it was kind of a lot.
Attention sleep enthusiasts. Are you ready to elevate your slumber experience this summer? We've got the solution for you.
You know what they say, a good night's sleep is essential, especially during the summer months. So why not transform your bed into a safe and refreshing haven?
Introducing Cozy Earth Bamboo Sheets, the ultimate choice for sustainable and eco-friendly bedding. These sheets are not only our top pick, but they're also endorsed by the fabulous Oprah herself. Need we say more?
Experience the difference of bamboo weaving designed to keep your skin cool and dry. Say goodbye to sweaty nights and hello to the perfect temperature for a comfortable sleep.
Ready to enhance your sleep experience? Visit arneradventures.com/cozy earth and grab our exclusive code to save a whopping 40% on your Cozy Earth purchase.
Trust us, this discount code is unbeatable. Even Cozy Earth's own sales can't compare to these incredible savings. I'm not even sure if Oprah gets access to this kind of discount code.
Remember, this code is valid site-wide, so you can enjoy the savings on any Cozy Earth product. Don't miss out. Head over to arneradventures.com/cozy earth to grab that link and code. It's also conveniently located in the show notes.
Sweet dreams are just a click away. Now let's get back to the show.
Like the pieces, there's a lot of pieces. But then he helped me Mod Podge, glue it over. So it all into one piece. And then now it's in his room, like standing up on one of the windowsill.
Okay.
So he had that to like remind him all year. Yeah.
I love that. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Does he get into the crafts and stuff like you do?
It depends on his mood.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's doing a science fair project. And I remember doing those growing up. You guys did those too, right? It was like the biggest deal ever, wasn't it?
I loved it. Yeah.
Do you remember any of the projects that you did?
I remember for me, it was like one of those where you make a ecosystem. Like you had, and it had to have something living in it and all that. And so
I did that too.
You did?
But I didn't know if it was I was thinking, but I didn't know if I don't remember it being for a science fair so much, just for the class. But
but I remember that one because I remember like having some plants in it and it looking like a pond. And I'll tell you, I went and got these tiny little, I don't know if they were like goldfish or whatever. And my teacher docked me point. I thought it was great. He docked me points because he said that the fish did not equal, like they were not, they would be too big for that system because it was this small and it looked like a pond. He was like, they're too big. Like it doesn't fit they would be too big in a pond. I was like, they're goldfish. So anyway, he docked me points for it and I was really upset about it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wait, how old were you? What grade was that?
I think I was in like 6th grade.
6th grade. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. But I remember thinking it was great and he docked me points for it. He was like, that's like sharks or something.
Yeah. I put a black widow in mine. It sounds kind of macabre, but for some reason we had just discovered if you pick up bricks, a lot of times you would see them like in the yard, and which was a little bit. And I didn't even like. I don't like spiders, nothing like that. But I think we thought, well, that would be the winner. You put that in there, and I don't remember the teacher's reaction because me and my buddy did it, I believe. And I don't remember how I got it in there either.
Oh God.
I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you probably should have got dock points for putting the whole school at risk.
Yeah.
Right? I know.
Yeah. What was one of yours? Do you remember?
Oh my God. Mine was so like silly, but now thinking back on it, it is so me. I thought of this wheelchair like accessible thing for your home. Like it would never work in real life, but it was like supposed to be a conveyor belt that like you could like put your wheelchair on and it would like take you around your house and like up and down the stairs.
Wow.
But I'm like, that's the nurse in me probably. I'm realizing that.
Marty McSmarterson over here.
Oh, and then I had the binder enforcer. Remember your binder would like go like crooked and it wouldn't line up. And I put magnets on the ends of where they're supposed to close at so it wouldn't go crooked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Super smart.
Let's write that down.
So back to Mags.
Yeah, what's he doing?
So I mean, I kind of had some influence. We are doing propagation.
Okay.
Pothos. So one is a clipping and just regular tap water. Another is in tap water with plant food.
Okay.
And another is a whole bunch of pothos plant clippings in one. Because have you heard that one that like pothos emit like a hormone that help other propagations root faster?
No, and I probably get them all the time, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you throw like a pothos cutting in there with it, it might make it go faster. That's
okay. way.
Yeah.
There's your big tip, folks. Wow.
Yeah. And
So
so
he's doing that.
far, the one with just regular tap water is doing the best.
Oh, okay. Well, that's also good to know that any of us can do it.
Indeed.
Well, I feel like we should get to your fast 5 questions.
Okay.
Which are different from last time.
Last time I answered so fast, and I feel like you wanted me to like answer slower. So do you want me to go fast? I want to I just want to boom, 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 and not think about it.
You can boom, boom, boom. Nobody ever does. I'm always like, well, okay, we can do whatever. No, you can answer them quickly or not. Whatever.
That's kind of the way we envisioned it anyway.
We envisioned
it.
Yeah.
But people have elaborated on.
Yeah, but they're never quick. So no, you can do it quick. Okay. So number 1, you want to ask or me?
Indoor plants or outdoor plants?
Indoor plants.
Okay. Number 2, Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram, hands down.
Okay. I asked that. See, now I'm making it long, but I asked that because of course you create for Instagram, but I think you find the funniest TikToks. Like when you put them on your story sometimes of different stuff.
Oh,
I'm like, is she finding them on TikTok or did they post that on Instagram and she's putting that? Anyway, I
see them on Instagram. Okay. And then I reposted my stories.
Okay.
I guess it originally was on TikTok.
Yeah, because I saw the TikTok logo and I'm like, oh, okay. Then I thought, I wonder if she likes that better. Anyway, okay.
I can't really figure out TikTok.
No, I can't either. And I always feel like I'm just old. I'm like, maybe I just I just can't figure it out.
I cannot figure it out.
It'll go away eventually.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm like, well, I figured out. It's probably going to go away.
I know.
Right. Yeah.
I know.
New or secondhand items?
Secondhand.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Fiddly Fig or Ficus Audrey?
Ooh. Okay, this is not going to be fast. I have both. I wanted a Ficus Audrey for the longest time. And this lady, I got a really good deal on it. It was pretty large, but it was like not getting the best plant care. So it's not like the best aesthetically looking. I think it was like $30. It's like 5 feet and like very bushy.
Wow.
Yeah. But she's just not giving it for me. I'm just not getting it. So I guess Fiddly Fig. But I also wanted to bring up earlier, did you hear that people are like not into Fiddly Figs anymore because they're not trendy anymore?
That's why I asked, because I read this article where people were saying that the Ficus Audrey was the new Fiddly Fig. And I was like, what? I mean, I have two. They're okay. One's sitting here beside us, but it's okay. I mean, I like them, but not like the Fiddly Fig.
Yeah.
So I was curious.
Like, they canceled the Fiddly Fig.
Sorry, Audrey.
Not very subtle.
I know. I do love her, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like aesthetic. I don't know how people don't like the Fiddly Fig unless they just don't take care of it and it just doesn't do well. I don't know.
Like I started getting into plants during the pandemic. Like I don't really know the history of like house plants and like trends. Like, have you noticed that? Like, oh, I do remember when those ugly ivy plants were really popular.
Yep,
the
I remember that.
Ivy. Oh,
yep. And I don't like any ivy. I just don't. It kind of reminds me of like my grandma, like something.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what plant was it before the Fiddly Fig. Do you remember?
I don't
know either.
I don't know. I'm like you. I got into them during COVID. So
yeah.
You want to ask number 5?
Yeah. And last time we asked you ketchup or mustard. So this time we're going to keep it in the condiment family and say ranch or Thousand Islands.
I'm from the Midwest and I'm from Ohio, so I gotta say ranch.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if anybody would ever answer Thousand Island, but you're our first return, and so we couldn't do ketchup and mustard again. So we were like,
yes. And
ranch.
Rural America loves their ranch dressing.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We love it. I mean, we can't not have it. So
right.
Well, okay. So the most important question, you've answered it before, but it changes, and we want to ask you again is, what does a life well lived mean to you, Emily?
That is such a big question to answer. And I was like, how am I going to answer this? And I was like, maybe I should just, explain my thought process behind it with answering it. I think it's accepting yourself. It's so hard to do that in this society where it's like, you need to look like this, you need to be this size. And then we have colorism that comes into play. And then we have patriarch, I don't even know how to say it, patriarchism, and all these things to like make you not really want to like yourself unless you were just luckily enough to be born and you hit all those criteria boxes or whatever. So it's about accepting yourself. And what comes with accepting yourself is your flaws. So you just allow yourself to, you know what, I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I've made mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes in the future. Give yourself grace with that. Mm-hmm. And then it's also accepting your differences. You know, what's something that I'm accepting my difference on? You know, I felt like I never fit in growing up. I grew up in a mostly white community and I was mixed and biracial. And now I really love that about myself. Like, that's me. Like, not everyone is biracial, has my experience. There's also tons of things about me that are different than other people. It's just accepting that. And that's what makes you, uniquely you. No one else can be you. Like, how cool is that? There's no one else like you.
You're right.
It is the coolest. Yeah. And we all take it for granted, kind of, you know, it's hard to remember that day to day.
Yeah.
And that's such an important thing, especially now, because we're so much more influenced by images, you know, all day long. You know, you get images from social media and just everywhere, all kinds of media.
Yeah.
So it is hard to not say that's what I should be like, and you know, and remember that you should just be like you.
Yep. And I wish, you know, sometimes I'm like, gosh, I wish I would. Like, I feel like I'm pretty good about it now, but like even hearing you say it, I'm like, oh, I need to be reminded of that. But I think that we go through life and you go, oh, I wish that when I was younger, I would know that. But I also feel like maybe we would never get to where we are had we not gone through that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's all about the journey.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think about that too. Like, oh, I wish I could tell my younger self, but like I had to go through that. So I feel like I would never want to go back in time and be that person again, because I'm so much more happier with who I am now. Even though I'm older and my body's hurting or whatever. I don't want to go back to that mindset because I've grown so much.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'll take the hurting body.
Yes.
I like that. I love that. And I also, you said something even before we started recording, when I try to be more mindful about just maybe self-talk and the way that, you know, Jerry and I have talked about this all the time on here, that we can catch ourselves just really being really shitty in the way we talk to ourselves, like not each other, but like to yourself. You do something, you go, you're so stupid, Shannon, or whatever. And you're like, would I ever say that to someone else that I love? No, I would never do that. But when we got out before we started recording, and it didn't even hit me until you said it, when I was like, I felt so bad. And you were like, no, we're not going to feel bad. And I was like, gosh, I think probably by you saying that, I was thinking to myself, I think I say that I think I feel it. And I think I say it all the time. I just feel so bad. And I really should just, you know, listen to that more and go, well, what are you feeling bad about? And then how do we work through that? You know, embracing what is different and what are you feeling bad about? And how can we fix it into something more positive? So anyway, I appreciate you saying all that.
That's something I've come to like notice maybe like the past year. And it's, you shouldn't feel bad for something that you authentically felt. You're entitled to your feelings. So that's also a part of that. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah. Well, for those of you who do not know and did not maybe listen to the first one, it's definitely going to be in the show notes. But Emily, will you tell everyone how they can find you, how they can get in touch if they want to, all that jazz?
Okay, yeah. I'm mostly on Instagram. My handle is at Emily, EMILY.Auffrey, AUFFREY. Am I anywhere else? I'm on TikTok, but I'm not on there very often. I can't even say it right, apparently. It's at Emily Auffrey. There's no dot in that. not on Facebook like that. It's just my private one. And Shannon was pushing me to start a blog. This has been how long now?
A long time.
I like bought the website and everything, and I haven't. Oh, and your person helped me. And
Danny?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
we
yes.
love Danny.
Yeah. So I have it, and I have to like put in like my actual like content now. So hopefully I'll get that blog started soon. And
You
Shannon inspired me to do that. Yes.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, I mean, your stuff is great anyway. So no matter what, it's great. And we'll definitely link to it. And then when you get your website, we'll link that too.
Yay.
Well, thank you for being here, Emily. This was wonderful.
Thanks for having me. So excited to come back.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can join in this time.
Yes, and I got to meet Jerry.
Well, what a pleasant conversation.
Right?
And informative.
And I'm glad you were here for this one. Last time you weren't able to be there, but like you said on the show, it sort of seems like, or we might have said it before we recorded, I can't remember, that it does seem like you already know her.
Well, because I've looked through her Instagram page enough, and all her plant, what do you call that? Plant content on her Instagram page so much, because you're always saying, hey, you got to see this one from Emily.
Yep.
So it's like, I wasn't there because I'm just so used to hearing her name and whatnot. And I do like her content a lot.
Fun fact, Emily and I connect, and I can't remember if we talked about this on episode 36, the one that she was on last time, but Emily and I connected in a content creator, almost like a mastermind type Facebook group for bloggers and content creators. And I don't even remember what the conversation was, but I posted something on there, probably introducing our podcast. We had just launched the podcast. And I said, we just had our first guest. It's Alvin Wayne. Emily chimes in underneath it and says, OMG, Alvin Wayne lives in my neighborhood. And I was like, what? And then we started chatting, and I realized that she was this wonderful content creator who also knows Alvin Wayne. And there you have it. It's just the magic of the internet, folks.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. It makes for a smaller world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a great community.
And if you ever get that way, you could probably visit both of them in one shot.
I'm going to get there pretty soon and hopefully visit both of them. So yeah, well, that's it's all wonderful. Circling back to New York, just all the time. It's just circling back to New York.
Yeah. Well, you just, if it's something you really love, the Big Apple.
It's New York or nowhere.
So taking a bite out of the Big Apple, you are. If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from anything we talked about today, or any episode, our guests, or anything, please share it with a friend. It's a great way of supporting the podcast and us, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review rating on the platform you're listening to us on. Oh, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button because that also supports us. We would love that.
You can always find us, links we refer to during the show, and any of the podcast sponsors at garneredventures.com or linked here in these show notes. And until next time, enjoy that journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Adios.
Arrivederci.
Au revoir.
Adios.
Sayonara.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Dos Vidiniana.
And